Nestled in the northwestern wilds of Sri Lanka lies a place few dare to truly explore. Wilachchiya, a land of ancient silence, raw beauty, and secrets whispered through the trees. But we're not here for the scenery. We're here chasing a shadow, a legend, a giant named Surya. He's no ordinary tusker. Surya is elusive, unpredictable, and feared even by those who know these jungles best. As the sun began to rise over the dry plains of Wilachchiya, my friends Saranda and Rasika were busy checking their gear. When you're going after a giant like Surya, every second counts, and every detail matters. One wrong move can mean never getting a second chance. In a place where the wild can turn unpredictable in an instant, you don't just prepare, you prepare for the unknown. While we geared up for the chase, life in Wilachchiya carried on in its timeless rhythm. It was harvest season, and Suresh was hard at work in his fields. As we waited for him to join us, we took a quiet moment to enjoy a warm cup of tea. Just down the path, we visited a nearby home where the harvest of finger millet and winter melon was already being gathered. The golden yield was packed into bags and loaded onto an old tractor, bound for the village market. The winter melon is more than just a crop. It's valued for its nutrition and healing properties. In village tradition, hanging one in a new home is believed to ward off the evil eye, dispel bad luck, and bring protection. Once Suresh arrived, we wasted no time. Our destination, the last known location of the elephant herd. Along the way, we crossed paths with a local farmer who had valuable information. He told us the herd was there just yesterday, grazing near the edge of the jungle, but the moment he approached in his tractor, the herd began to retreat, spooked by the noise. According to him, the elephants moved deeper into the forest. All except one, the tusker, stayed behind. Distant, watchful, unmoved. Even the locals, he admitted, don't venture too close when he's around. That kind of presence commands respect and caution. He gave us clear directions to where the herd was last seen, near an old tree hut, not far from the jungle's edge. That hut had offered the last glimpse of the giants. After taking his contact details, just in case, we set off again, deeper into Surya's territory, our focus sharp, our excitement building.
Surya.
Elephant dung was everywhere. Clear evidence that this land is no stranger to giants. The herds roam here often, leaving behind silent signs of their presence. Maha Wilachchiya is more than just a rural settlement. It is a living testament to the ancient harmony between man and nature, where tradition, farming, and the wild have coexisted for centuries. Vast open fields dominate the landscape, dotted with crops and framed by jungle. We approached a small farm hut, resting quietly near the forest edge, unaware of the moment that was about to unfold. Then in a heartbeat, the silence was shattered. A low, powerful sound rolled out from the trees. A herd of elephants was emerging from the forest. Without hesitation, we set off, our eyes fixed on one goal: to capture Surya, the elusive tusker who commands this land like a myth come alive. The sun was sinking fast, casting long shadows as we moved swiftly across mudflats, small streams, and elephant tracks etched deep into the earth. Everywhere we looked, the land bore witness to their presence: footprints, broken branches, and grass flattened by their mighty steps. From the heart of the forest, the herd's calls grew louder, closer, until finally they emerged, majestic and calm, bathed in the last light of the day. A few elephants moved into the open fields, slowly, playfully, their giant forms glowing in the setting sun. But the tusker, the one we came for, Surya, was not among them. We waited, quietly, impatiently, our senses heightened. Every sound in the trees stirred hope. Every shadow brought a flicker of anticipation. On a slender branch nearby, a red-vented bulbul sat in stillness, alert, observant, and calm. Suddenly, a male bulbul fluttered into the scene, full of purpose and charm. With soft chirps and delicate movements, he began a gentle courtship dance, hoping to win her attention. He rocked side to side, ruffled his feathers, and sang his sweetest notes, a display of devotion in the language only birds truly understand. But his partner remained still, seemingly unimpressed, her silence more telling than any song. From deep within the forest, the echoes of a large elephant herd rolled through the trees, distant yet powerful. But something was different today. The herd was late. As the light slowly faded and darkness crept in, the elusive Tusker Surya still hadn't shown himself. And staying out here after dark, so close to wild giants, was simply too dangerous. With heavy hearts, we decided to turn back. On our way back, we met another farmer, making his way to his tree hut for the night. He shared an exciting update. The herd had been nearby since last night, only retreating deeper into the forest that morning. We quickly took his contact number and made a plan. We'd return at first light, determined not to miss another chance. And just as we thought the day was done, we saw them, a small group of elephants, grazing quietly just beside the road. අලි ඉන්නවලු පාරේ. කළුවරත් ඇටිලා කමක් නැහැ. ඉතින් ඒ ටිකත් බලාගෙන මෙයා. අපි යන පාරේ තමයි ඉතින් ඉස්සරහින් ඉන්නවා. ඔයගලට පෙන්වන්නම්. පාරට මීටර් 50ක් විතර යටින් ඉන්නේ. පොඩි රංචුවක් ඉන්නේ එතන. A few farmers, on their way to their night shelters, had also stopped, silently watching these giants in the dusk. We too paused, sharing a few words and the quiet thrill of the moment.
ආයේ මොන ට්‍රැක්ටර් තිබ්බත් බෑ බේරන්න. ඕන් අර ඉතුරු. දැන් උතරින් කොටසක් යනවා ගෙවල් පැත්ත. ඔව් මාත් යන්නේ තාම ලොකු රංචු ආවේ ඇවිල්ලා නැහැ නේ. බටුහෙන් සම්පූර්ණම ඉවරයි. දැන් කපල ඉවරද ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ මේ? බඩේ දැන් හෙට අනිද්දා වෙනකොට නම් ඉවර නාම කරනවා. මාස 3මාරක්. 3මාරක් වගේ ඉතින් මොන කරන්නේ? වලි වැටවල් ගැහුවට වැඩක් නැහැ. අර නිකන් අපි මේ කොළඹ එක්කෙනාගේ අලි වැටෙන්නේ මන්නේ. ඒක ලක්ෂ 37යි මහත්තයා. අපි වාහනයක් කරන් නැත්නම් පොල්වත්තක් කරන් අපි ඉන්න ආතල් එකේ. රිවිල්ලක් කරා අයලක් දුව. අපිට ඉතින් ලක්ෂ 37ක් කොයි කරන්නේ. මේ කොළඹ එක්කෙන්නේ නේ? ඔව්. යා ඔස්ට්‍රේලියාවේ. නෝනා ලෙක්චර් කෙනෙක් ඔස්ට්‍රේලියාව උගන්වන්නේ මහත්තයා හොඳ ඉංජිනේරියක්. මේ සෙට් එකේ මේ වෙල් පැත්තට යන සෙට් එක. මෙතන පානවා. ඊයේත් මේ ටයිම් එක මෙතන ඉන්නේ. ඔව්. අපි දැන් නේද විතර හිටියන්නේ. මෙලවන්න නෙවෙයි දාවේ. නෑ අපි වෙනම අපි වනජී නෙමෙයි. කරනවා මේ අලි පිළිස් ගැටුම ගැන අපි කියන්නේ ඉතින් කියලා දෙන්න මේ මෙච්චර ගේමක් ගහගෙන තමයි මේ මිනිස්සු ඉන්නේ. ආණ්ඩුවට අපි මේක පැහැදිලි කරලා දීලා උන්ට ඒගොල්ලන්ට කිව්වොත් මේමයි ගම් වල මිනිස්සු මේම කරන්න කියලා උන් ඔව් අපි මොනවත් වෙල්ලා නැහැ මම විලච්චි මම බෝසන්නේ එක්කත් අදාගෙන නෑනේ මම බෝසන්නේ දැන් ගමට ගෙනත් මේ අඳුරනවා අපි ඉස්සලා වනජී අපි මතක දෙලුව ගිය අවුරුද්දේ අර බටුහෙන් කාලා බටුහෙන් අන්න අතන අර ලොකු රංචු ආවේ නෑ දාලා ඒ අලි හිටියේ නෑ මහත්තයා මෙච්චර අර ගෙනත් දාපු උන් කියන්නේ මේ තලා නෑ තලා යන ටීවී වල ප්‍රවෘත්ති වල කිව්වනේ මේ ඔයා මොනවද ඒ මොනකට ඔයාලට ඔයගලන්ට හිතෙන්නේ නැද්ද මේ හිටපු අලි ටිකම මේ කුලප්පු වෙලා හිට මිට දුවන්නේ කියලා නෑ නෑ උත්තර විතර තමයි උපරිම හිටියේ. ඔව්. ඒක උනේ මෙහෙමයි. ඔය ෆාම් එකේ සම්පූර්ණ ෆාම් එකේ දැන් මම වලිත් එක නිතරම යන්නේ නේද? ඔය ෆාම් එකේ ඔය සෙට් එකම හිටියා. මං ගා ඕන්න මම වීඩියෝස් තියෙනවා ඒ කාලෙට ඒ ඉන්න කාලෙට තියෙනවා. මේ ඊයේ සැරේත් හිටියා. ඒතර උනේ මේ සැරේ උනේ අර අලි මෙහුමක් කියලා එකක් දැම්මනේ. දාලා ෆාම් එකේට වලින්ට අලි විඩි ගැහුවනේ. ඒකෙන් තමයි දැන් මේ අලි සීසී එකට දුවලා ඉන්නේ. නැත්නම් අරහෙන් ගෙනාවේ නෑ. එහෙම ගේන්න බෑ අලි. බෑ දන්නවද? හොරෝපතානට මීට වැඩිය කුඹුරු කෙහෙල්වත් මෙච්චර තියනවද? ගේන්න උනා එකෙක් නම් ගේන්න පුළුවන්. කිව්වට දැකගෙන නෑ. කොච්චර බොරු කියනවද මෙයා? උගලන් දන්නේ නෑනේ. දැන් අපි මේ සීන් එකේ ඉන්න ඉඳ අපි දන්නවනේ මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ කියලා. ඒ වුණාට මල්ලි මෙතන විල්පත්තුට දැක්කුවා කියමුකෝ. ආයි එනවා. එනවා. ඉතින් මේ ඔයාලට මම උදාහරණයක් විදිහට කියන්නේ ගල්ගමුවේ චණ්ඩි කියලා ඇතෙක් හිටියා. ඌ හොරෝපතානට ගිහිල්ලා දැම්මා. ගල්ගමුවේ ඉඳන් හොරෝපතාන කොච්චර දුරද කියනවද? දෙපාරක් ගිහිල්ලා දැම්මා. දෙපාරම උන් වැටකඩන් හොරෝපතාන ඉඳන් ආයි ගල්ගමුවටම ආවා. දැන් මේ ඊවට එනවා ඉතින්. මේ අපි යන් රෑ වෙනවා. අපි පාන්දර එනවා. පොඩ්ඩක් මේ ආපහු. අපි පාන්දර අජිත් එමුත් කොල්ලේ ඉන්නව නේද? අපි පාන්දර කියන්නේ මහත්තයා පාන්දර කියන්නේ උදේ 6 වෙනකොටත් කනවා. ඔව්නේ. අපි උදේ එන්න. අපි පාන්දර මේ කියනකොට මේ ගලින්දී මගේ හේන තමයි උතන ඔය තියෙන්නේ. අර ටැක්ටරේ තියෙන එකද? ඔව්. ඒකට හොඳ අර අයියත් ගියා පැලට. මහත්තයලා කාර් එක නවත්තලා තිබ්බ තැනට ඉස්සර. ඔයක ලයින් එකක් ගහගන්න පුළුවන් මේ මෙතනින් එහාටම රජේ ඉඩකඩන්නේ කියන්නේ. ලක්ෂ ගාණක් යට කරලා තියෙන්නේ. ඉතින් ඔය ෆාම් එකේ හිටපු අලි ටික තමයි ඒක ඇතුලේ විජ්ජුම්බරයක් කරලා මේ තැන් තැන් වල දැන් පිස්සු. මේ අලි එක රායි දෙකයි. ඔය බඩේරින් ගහන. ඔව්. මේ අපි යන්නද? මොකද පාර පොඩ්ඩ සෞතුනේ කාටේ නෑ. ඔව්. මොනවත් නෑ නෑ මම මේ නිමාඩු වගේ ප්‍රයිවට් මේ
After saying our goodbyes, we set off on foot. The road ahead was too rough for vehicles, and we knew the risks. This was elephant territory. The journey was a bit dangerous, with wild giants known to roam freely in the cover of dusk. Every step was measured, every sound in the bush made us pause. Out here, respect for the wild isn't a choice, it's survival. Eventually, we reached the peaceful waters of Maha Wilachchiya Lake, a perfect place to unwind, wash away the dust, and ease the fatigue of the day. In that cool, still water, we found a moment of relief, a rare pause in the heart of the wild. At the break of dawn, we rose again, hearts still chasing the shadow of a legend. Surya, the invisible tusker, remained hidden, but our resolve had only grown stronger. Finding him in this vast wilderness was never going to be easy, but we weren't ready to give up. Not yet. We made our way once more to the place we had visited the evening before, only to find it utterly transformed. A thick mist, like a silver veil, draped over the entire landscape. The world around us had shifted into something unreal, more like the dreamlike highlands of Horton Plains than the dry plains of Anuradhapura. The cold air was heavy, soaked with moisture, and visibility was just a few meters. We were surrounded by an eerie silence, a milky stillness that was both haunting and breathtaking. Each step forward felt like a step into a living fairy tale. The grass, soaked in dew, sparkled like pearls under the soft morning light. The mist carried with it a symphony of birdsong, a gentle, otherworldly melody that floated through the air. In that moment, time seemed to slow down. A profound stillness settled over us. Each of us stood quietly, humbled, transfixed by the pure beauty that surrounded us. It felt spiritual, like nature was whispering something ancient to those willing to listen. And so, through the fog, hearts open and senses heightened, we walked on, still searching for Surya. In the heart of Maha Wilachchiya, life and wilderness exist side by side. This humble hut, built atop a tree, tells a story of survival. A safe place where farmers spend the night, protecting their crops from the roaming giants of the forest. These huts are more than shelter. They are a way of life for the people of Maha Wilachchiya. A testament to their strength, their harmony with nature, and their silent resilience in the face of the wild. The trees around us fade into the silver mist, appearing only as ghostly silhouettes. A flock of birds perches on a tall tree, their movements painting life onto a canvas of fog. Soft grays, muted greens, and floating whites, nature's own monochrome masterpiece. We stood still, letting the forest speak. No one spoke, no one moved. We simply listened to the wind, the leaves, the distant calls of unseen life. It was as if the wilderness had its own language, and we were learning to understand. But within this beauty lies danger. In this dense fog, even a massive elephant might be just meters away, invisible. Is Surya watching us, hidden somewhere in the mist? We had no way of knowing. We returned to the same hut we had visited the previous evening, and all around it, fresh elephant dung. The herd had been here. Maybe Surya was too. Despite the fog and the risk, Suresh and I decided to go a little further. Step by step, we moved towards a tree hut at the forest's edge. I climbed up to get a clearer view, but the fog was unforgiving.
උඩ පැලකට පොඩ්ඩක් නැගලා බැලුවා වටපිට හරිම ලස්සනයි. මුළු පරිසරයම මීදුමින් වෙහිලා.
The world below was still veiled in white silence. There was nothing, only stillness. I came down from the tree hut. As we were coming back, we noticed something extraordinary. The ground was alive with spider colonies. Hundreds of spider webs adorned the plants and grass. Each one a delicate miracle of design, some glistening with dew, others woven like silver lace across the branches. Nature never stops crafting beauty. Then, slowly, the sky began to glow. The sun, rising beyond the veil, spilled golden light into the mist. A breathtaking scene unfolded before us, as if the heavens themselves had parted a curtain, casting warm gold across the white silence of the land. We all reached for our cameras, desperate to capture this moment, but no photograph could ever do it justice, because this wasn't just something you see, this was something you feel. This is the heart of the great wilderness, a land where beauty and danger walk hand in hand, where elephants rule the night and farmers live with quiet courage under the watchful eyes of nature. The people here are more than just residents. They are guardians, protectors of a rhythm passed down through generations. A life shaped by the forest, lived in harmony with the wild. It's not an easy life, but it is a life full of meaning, a nomadic spirit rooted deep in the soil of this land. Though we didn't see Tusker Surya that morning, we witnessed something far greater. A landscape transformed, a silence that spoke louder than words, and a memory etched into our hearts forever. Our hearts were full, but our stomachs? Not so much. So we headed back to the village for a much-needed breakfast and lunch together. There, in a small roadside shop, we shared a warm meal. And like everything in this village, it was made with love and rich in taste. On our way back to camp, we passed a cornfield being harvested. Here, unlike in some places where corn is sold on the cob, farmers separate the kernels, mix them with hay, and prepare them for the market, a process they call tsunami. That curious name comes from the machine that shakes the seeds loose. The separated corn seeds are sold to be used in two ways. Some are processed into samakosha cereal, while others become nutritious animal feed. A new experience for us, and a reminder of the ingenuity of rural life. We returned to the campsite and rested until the sun softened its glare. As evening came, the air was filled with birdsong, a melody that told us the forest was stirring again. Shurish went ahead hoping for word on the herd, but again the forest kept its secrets. He returned without a clue. Then, as the sun sank low, something moved at the edge of the forest. A dark figure emerged, round and heavy like a shadow born of the earth itself. It was him, Surya, the fierce giant of Maha, Wilachchiya, the Tusker we had been chasing all this time. We hurried forward, breathless, and unlike other elephants, Surya made our hearts race, faster and faster.
Helunut case wajah. Helunut case.
He saw us, and in that moment, when our eyes met his, time stood still. No words were spoken, just a silent connection between two worlds, man and beast. Then he turned back, and just like that, he was gone, back into the forest from where he came. We turned around too, but something within us had changed. This journey, this search, this moment, had given us something words could never capture. In Wilachchiya, we saw a beauty we had never known. A silent strength, a living rhythm, and a wildness that makes this small country so unbelievably beautiful. We'll meet again with another story from the wild. Until then, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Ceylon Chronicles, and continue this journey with us into the heart of wild Sri Lanka.